Is this the Circles podcast?
And it goes a little something like.
Welcome back, everybody, to the podcast.
What's up, dog?
What is up, brother?
I don't know what I thought you were going to say after what is up, but it definitely wasn't brother.
What is up, my guy?
The way you worded it seemed dangerously close. I was like,
You fucking hit the mic like that?
sorry, I had to change the time on my watch. It's automatic, and I didn't wear it for 2 days, so I didn't even realize I was wearing the wrong time all day. What?
So bougie.
No, when I wear short sleeves, I can tell immediately because I check the watch, but I wore long sleeves all day today. I wore my pea coat because we were out and about, and it was fucking cold everywhere. So.
Fuck, I didn't expect to wake up to goddamn.
No,
winter
that's
wonderland.
another thing. It snowed here today. I was not expecting it. So like,
I went to bed. It was fucking raining.
Raining?
It was foggy.
Hard.
It was like just like a cold, rainy night. I woke up to goddamn winter wonderland.
not even like light snow.
No, like
We're talking
the
like
trees were covered.
like 4 to 5 inches of accumulation. Like it's stuck, and I was like,
And I went to bed at like midnight. So from midnight to when I woke up at 8 a.m.
yeah.
What the fuck?
When I went to bed, I think her and I went to bed at like midnight as well, and it wasn't snowing.
I know. I woke up and I get up and I walk outside and Dakota's in bed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, did you look outside?
Have you looked outside?
And she rolls over and she looks. She goes, what the fuck?
It's so funny because I woke up this morning and I get a text from work, and it's our manager group chat, like just at the store.
Mm-hmm.
And one of our managers, James, was like, hey, like, we maybe need to call the snowplow company because it's just getting colder out here and it's getting worse. It wasn't. He's a dude that kind of overreacts sometimes. And it was not. As you can see today, the snow has just progressively melted. So he was worried. Jordan replied and was like, it's getting warmer. It's melting. I'm not going to call the snowplow company because our parking lot will be fine. And I was like, snow?
What the fuck are you guys talking
Dude,
about?
this is like 8 a.m. So, like, I get up to pee, fill up my bottle of water, and then I go to the door, and I'm like, oh, it fucking snowed last night.
It did.
And then Andy woke up like 4 hours later, and I was like, have you checked outside? And she was like, no. And I was like, did you know it was supposed to snow? She's like, I read it was supposed to snow a little. And I was like, look outside. And she looked outside and was like, what the fuck?
Yep.
Yeah.
The rain made it perfect. The fucking snow was like, bet I can stick.
Kinda. I mean, it still has to get like below freezing to stick. I'm surprised the ground was cold enough to stick. Funnily enough, the groundhog saw his shadow, so we were supposed to have 6 more weeks of winter. I'll be honest with you. 100% of the time, he's only right 30% of the time. I'm very surprised we got more snow.
Yeah.
I didn't think that was
The
gonna
groundhog
happen.
took it personal. He was like, you know what? Fuck you guys.
He was like, you know what? I'm tired of you and your bullshit statistics. I can fucking prove and predict weather. And
Watch
I'll
this shit.
And I'll show you.
Watch this.
And it's like, yeah, that's what happened.
And he was exactly right.
Kinda. That was 2, maybe 3 weeks ago. So, when Groundhog Day 2025?
That was like a week ago. Yeah, like a week.
2 weeks ago. It's about 2 weeks ago. So yeah. Well, fuck, dude. 4 more weeks and he's right. What the fuck? What are you doing?
I was gonna tell you. I was fucking gonna tell you something. Hold on. Goddamn.
All right, you tell me.
It's the topic. I forgot.
Everyone's shitting on the Falcon and Winter Soldier. Captain America: Brave New World. Everyone's shitting on him.
I think it's bullshit.
What, the shitting on it?
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I haven't yet. I'm going to see it here soon. But I've read a lot about it, and I've seen some clips from it, and I have like a basis of what.
There was a TikTok today.
We're probably going to get into it a little bit. So spoiler warning for those of you who haven't seen Captain America: Brave New World.
Him and I haven't seen it either, but we get into spoilers because people love to shit on movies before we get to see them.
Exactly.
So-
So just to be clear, spoiler warning for Brave New World. If you haven't seen it yet, I recommend you go watch it. I hear
Yes.
from the people who
Also, Anthony
matter.
Mackie is so excited that people are going to his movie.
Yeah.
And the reason I specifically say that is because the TikTok I watched today was... I really hope I can pull it up. I don't think I watched many more TikToks since then. Hold on. Please, please, please.
Don't prove I'm right. Please, please, please.
All right, bet.
Bring
I'm
me
getting there.
tears if
We're about
it's
there.
good. My makeup so nice. Heartbreak is one thing. My ego's
I got it.
another.
All right, I sent it to you. It pissed me off. Because, like, I get where they're coming from, but at the same time, it's frustratingly irritating. Yeah, click that. What the fuck? All right, pause. Having to boycott the Marvel Cinematic Universe that you grew up with because they had to
Shoehorn.
shoehorn in a nearly unknown Israeli superhero for literally no reason.
So it's this lady.
Also, I would tell you that I think they changed her character. Her character no longer has Israeli
Yeah. So
ties. She used to work for the Israeli government.
Yeah. They
the
mention.
actor.
They mention it. Actress. They mention it one time.
You know what my irritation is? Someone, like, if you go back to that post and you read the Sabra Marvel, if you go back to the post, they keep commenting and they keep being like, Anthony Mackie, this was his movie and they took it from him. Like, I can't believe they would this was his movie and they took it from him. Do you know what I wanted to comment at 8 in the morning this morning? You took it from him. You people. All of you people. If you don't go watch it, you took it from him. You are picking out a point in which you do not like to not go see the movie. Do you know what this feels like? Virtue signaling.
Elaborate.
Google virtue signaling and you know exactly what I mean. The public expression of opinions or sentiment intended to demonstrate one's good character or social conscience or the moral correctness of one's position on a particular issue. It literally is virtue signaling. Him posting, Israeli character in Marvel, this and that. Like, have we all forgotten that we are all just people? Not to mention, it's a fucking movie. So the people in the comment section that are like, you took Anthony Mackie's movie away from him. No, we didn't. It is still in theaters. Go watch it and separate your political correctness to go enjoy a film. I just don't understand.
There's also precedent for them reintroducing a character.
Precedent?
Precedent.
There you
Sorry.
go. No, you're good. You're good.
There's precedent for them reintroducing a character that has originally been very fucked up.
Also, I think the point in that character was to be fucked up, was it not?
I can't speak on that.
I'm pretty sure there was a storyline with Captain Sabra or Sabra Marvel or whatever their name is. I think there was a specific storyline within the Marvel comic books to where they realized, and Captain America made them realize, that Israeli or Palestinians, whichever group of people they were against in the comic books, Captain America made them realize that they are human. That was an entire storyline.
They're a mutant who serves the Mossad.
The Mossad,
Israeli
yes.
Secret Service.
Okay, and people are irritated because I'm 90% sure the actress herself is an Israeli former government agent. The Israeli actress became an overnight sensation thanks to her role as Esther Shiribo in the miniseries. Click Wikipedia, see her. Yeah. Let's see her. We know her nationality is Israeli. What is her 2019 early life? Do personal life? To the left.
I was reading.
Immigrated to Israel. Her first name in Hebrew was singing her song. Age 2. Haas was diagnosed with kidney cancer. Click early life. Or personal life. Sorry. Oh, go up. It's just this one sentence. As April 2020 has resided Tel Aviv. Okay. What's her name? Shira Haas. In February 2025, she portrayed the iteration of the first Israeli superheroine Sabra in the Marvel Cinematic Universe sequel to film Captain America: Brave New World. Her character, Ruth Bat-Seraph, or Bat-Sara, depending on the pronunciation.
Seraph.
Ruth
Bat-Seraph.
is portrayed a former Black Widow assassin, so she's in the Black Widow program. The inclusion of her character was met with controversy due to the Israeli invasion in the Gaza Strip 2023. So, where is the racism against automatically excluding her character just because she's an Israeli, just because she's from Israel? Like, are we high? Government affiliation. Was she in the government? What did her... Yeah. That one. What did Shira Haas do? She became problems in the film. Unorthodox. Yeah, unorthodox. Guess what? You know what's crazy? Do you know how famously big Unorthodox on Netflix in 2020 was? Guess what? No one batted an eye. They're offended at the conclusion of an Israeli actress portraying a character they wish didn't exist because she's Israeli. Yes! Like, what is the problem here? Is your problem that you don't like the way Israel's handling the Gaza Strip, or are you mad at her for just being from Israel? Because it seems to me one makes more sense, and then the other one is just blatant. So you know how anti-Jew is anti-Semitic? What's anti-Israeli?
Her grandparents were Holocaust survivors.
What's anti-Israeli?
I don't know the term.
Is
I
there
don't know if there is a term.
Google, is there a term for anti-Israel?
Hold on, my computer is being
I see. That's
funky.
fine. Do you see why I'm frustrated? Like, okay, so reading all this, do you now see why the TikTok I showed you is literally just like virtue signaling? It's to make people mad. Zionist, is that the name? We're not politically correct, guys, so I do apologize, but we're trying. Person who supports the existence of Jewish state in Israel.
That's not what you're trying to figure out. That's a different... That's
so
not
a Zionist who supports the existence
of the
Jewish
Jewish
state within Israel.
That's what they're fighting over.
I know, but everyone says Zionism is bad. Like, so we're against people being Jew in the state of Israel?
No.
Because I'm 90% sure Jesus was from Israel.
Hold on. Treading on dangerous waters.
I don't care. What are we going to do? Get canceled from all 4 people who watch this?
Calm down. The war in Gaza is Palestinians are fighting for the right that they are allowed in Israel, and that they oh my God, I don't want to speak out of my ass.
Just literally Google what the war in the Gaza Strip is over. I would like to reiterate, Josh and I are not the type of people to talk about this. It just so happens to pertain to Marvel. Therefore, we are here. The first one. What is the reason for the Gaza conflict? Go back. It'll summarize.
Yeah.
The war started when Israel launched a military program campaign in the Gaza Strip on the 27th of December 2008, codenamed Operation Cast Lead, with the stated aim of stopping Hamas rocket attacks on southern Israel and arms struggling into Gaza. Hamas is committed to the armed resistance against Israel to the creation of a Palestinian state, and the group has engaged in several rounds of violence and conflict within Israel. The most recent began on October 7th, 2023, when Hamas launched a massive surprise attack against Israel, killing nearly 1,200 people. Zionism is about the pursuit of the independent Jewish state. The word is derived from Zion, a hill near the city of Jerusalem, but nowhere near all Jews live in Israel, and not all inhabitants of Israel are Jewish. So why is the Gaza Strip so important? Gaza, a history reveals that Gaza has been an antiquity and prosperous oasis of a commercial hub that served as a springboard for many Middle Eastern empires to conquer, including Egypt and the Nile Valley based power to attack the Levant. Why are Palestine and Israel fighting? The Palestinians seek to establish their own independent state in which at least one part of the historic is Palestine. Israel's defense of its own borders, control over the West Bank, the Egyptian and Israeli blockade of the Gaza Strip, and Palestinian internal politics currently making the Palestinians' goals out of reach.
Maybe I'm not connecting the dots.
I don't
understand what she did.
She's an Israeli. That's it. Click it. No, click it. Click it. Yeah. What's her 5-word message? Scroll. Keep going. I'm waiting for the quotes. Boycott Captain. Protesters. Okay. Richard along. Okay. Keep going. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Marvel opted to stream the films. Thank you all. Good night.
I think they're mad at her because she's Palestinian. Am I crazy?
Israeli. She's from Israel.
I think they're mad at her because she's Israeli.
Do you know what it might be? She's not commenting on which side she's on. Hold on. Click
so
this.
Sabra has to go.
Click this.
Which one?
This one. Captain America's 99 Problems. I am, of course, joking, but you know its early reactions. A dozen of protesters showed up at LA premiere accusing Marvel Studios of complicity and genocide. On social media, you can find the commenter to toss red carpet to pelt her with tomatoes. Who is Sabra, Marvel's Israeli superhero? Ross, advisor, that means stay the hell out of her way, Wilson says, unwittingly echoing consensus that those calling to boycotting the film. That line about her being born in Israel, that's all we get. We don't even know if she stayed in the country and went to the Red Room in Russia soon after the Black Widow's usually selected shortly after birth. So her moniker Sabra applies in the general sense that it's a nickname for Jews born in Israel. It is not, as social media insists, a reference to Sabra in the Shatila massacre in Lebanon. That occurred 2 years after her introduction, but it's certainly not used in the film. Those who would object to this detail alone would seem to take primary issues with the existence of a territory called Israel and the fact that sometimes children are born there. Even so, the film, which had a long and troubled production history, a title change, and 5 screenwriters, shows...
To sum up, he's basically saying it's a non-issue. They reference her being born in Israel, and that is all we get on her nationality or her stance.
We don't even know if she stayed in the country or went to the Red Room in Russia soon after.
We don't know.
What the fuck? She's an ex-widow, meaning she, like Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow, is an elite assassin who, as a kid, learned to field strip guns and in between the ballet class part of the government program.
Okay, so hold it. To get down to the nitty-gritty of, first of all, people...
They're just mad she's Israeli.
People are not mad at her, is what it seems like.
No, they are mad at her.
They're mad at her for playing the character.
People in real life are mad at her for playing an Israeli superhero.
And that Israeli superhero is called Sabra. And
no one got mad at Black Widow for being Russian.
And it seems... Well, that's... This is because it's a more recent.
No, that
Their
doesn't.
no, hold on.
No,
I'm gonna bring it back. I'm gonna bring it back for you.
We
Hold
have
on,
a
hold on.
whole war
Hold on. People are mad now
with Ukraine
because they're virtue signaling because it's recent.
when Black Widow came out in what 2021. Isn't that when the fucking war started with Ukraine and Russia? Guess who's Russian? Like 30% of the people in that fucking movie.
But Black Widow had already been a thing for a while.
I don't give a fuck. No one cared then.
Yeah, I think this is a nothing burger.
That's bullshit. Does that TikTok piss you off even more after reading about it?
It doesn't seem like it's...
Now go look at the TikTok.
It doesn't seem like it's as big as an issue as...
And then look at all the comments in the TikTok. Dude, it'll piss you because you're like, are you fucking kidding me right now?
Why does it do that?
I don't know. Oh no. Anyway. Literally, like, what's the point? Anthony was so happy when he said people are going to the theater to see my movie. Like, come on now. Why'd they do this to... They didn't do anything. They did. These people did. Stupid. For real, I never heard of that character till this movie. Okay, tell me you don't read comic books. Like, come on. Are these people fucking high?
See, that seems...
These Israelis being in places where they don't belong, some things don't change. That's how I read that, by the way. They cut Kang out so quick, they had so much time to fix Sabra, but they made it a forced choice not to. Two different scenarios. Disney was trying to get ahead of what they assumed too early was a sexual assault on Jonathan Majors' girlfriend. And we later learned, and Marvel low-key apologized.
Yeah, people are mad.
Marvel created an Israeli superhero and named her after a massacre committed by Israel, and they refused to remove her from new Superman movie. What? Superman? I'm not pro-Israel, but the character existed before the Sabra massacre, actually, so that's not true. But she is originally a Mossad agent, and her whole existence is still problematic, which I'm pretty sure they address in the comic books.
Oh, we're getting awful racist.
Same reason why Israel shouldn't exist. Okay, put it this way. Say this was... You ready for this one, Josh? Look at me. You ready for this one? Imagine this was having to boycott Marvel Universe because that you grew up with because they had to shoehorn in a nearly unknown black superhero for literally no reason. And let's pretend it's Sam Wilson. And all these comments were like, I can't believe you have a black boy playing Captain America. Is this not the same blatant, like, religious and tone-deaf racism that you would get if it was someone's skin color? But just because they're from a certain... Like, are we crazy right now?
I'm
going to hold your hand when I tell you this. The MCU has always been filled with the brief, blatant military propaganda, more than good quality entertainment. The only exceptions are Iron Man and Black Panther. For years, oh my God! You have to turn this off. This is...
I don't get where they're coming from.
Guess what it is? Virtue signaling.
It
is to poise a political correctness opinion that they feel is right and piss you off. And then you get to have a conversation about it.
Because it was either for Iron Man 3 or for Shang-Chi, but this dude is...
Fu Manchu.
I think that's his name.
Comic book character.
Oh, not mustache.
Fu Man
sorry.
mustache.
So sorry. I think that's his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, they changed his name because Fu Manchu is just racist. But I think That was, yeah, Shang-Chi's dad was Fu Manchu.
Yeah.
And they changed it. And they made him a really good character.
Wasn't Tony Stark also taking on the role as a warmonger for manufacturing war?
Well, that's military propaganda. But he did specifically say Iron Man wasn't military propaganda.
And the entire first movie is about Tony Stark not wanting to be a fucking warmonger because it directly affected him. And then when he was in the fucking war zone, he realized it affected everyone else. Like,
I don't know, man.
what do they call that? It's an echo chamber. You shove 1,000 people in the door, give them something to argue about, and then shut the door. What are they going to do? Argue about the same thing for 1,000 fucking years, and they will never base their opinion on anyone else's opinion because they're all arguing about the same fucking thing. It's an echo chamber. They're yelling into the wall. Do you remember the scene from The Grinch where he's like, I don't know. How are you? How are you? How are you? Same concept. You're arguing with yourself.
Yeah, I don't know what all the hullabaloo's about. Like, I'm not.
It's fucking bullshit. That's all it comes down to.
It just doesn't seem like this specific thing is really an issue.
It's fucking stupid.
It doesn't really seem like it's an issue.
I bet the movie's really good.
I've heard really good things. That's what I was actually gonna.
I've heard nothing but bad things, but
So one of the main complaints that I've heard is that it's an Incredible Hulk sequel without the Hulk,
there's a Hulk there.
without Bruce Banner. So it for the most part they are correct. It is kind of an Incredible Hulk sequel because first off the leader is in it, right?
Yeah.
Everett Ross is in it, right?
Mhm.
And then at the end, last spoiler alert because this is kind of a big spoiler, Betty Ross shows up.
Yeah, they are aware that they don't have the rights to the Hulk, right?
Yeah, so one of the complaints I heard was it seems like they made an Incredible Hulk movie and then halfway through filming realized that they don't have the rights to Hulk. And I'm like, well, say they did that, okay, and say Cap, it was Captain America Brave New World, right? They could have Bruce Banner in it. He just can't star in the movie. He can't be like in Thor Ragnarok. That was in World War Hulk movie.
It was a 100% World War Hulk movie.
But
But
it's
they
fine
also
'cause it
signed
was
him at
Thor.
the time for a 3-picture deal, which was Ragnarok, Endgame, and Infinity War. That was his 3-movie arc. And by the way, great arc.
He also cameoed in Shang-Chi.
Exactly. And then he also was in She-Hulk for, I don't know, 90% of the fucking show.
And his son showed up. It was awful. But
That was bad. That was bad. That was
yeah,
bad.
that was bad.
That was
That
bad.
wasn't even a good. That was bad.
That was bad. That was bad.
And then Amadeus Chow was supposed to show up. Do you know who Amadeus Chow or do I need
No,
to?
I don't think I do.
It was Amadeus Chow.
Okay.
He is a Hulk.
Point being,
Here you go. Read that.
I think that people are saying if we're going to revolve a story around the Hulk, then maybe Amadeus Chow is a superhero appearing in American comic book published versions of the Marvel Comics, created by an American writer, Greg Pak, and a Canadian artist, Takashi Miyazawa. The character first appeared in The Amazing Fantasy Volume 2 at issue 15.
He's a Korean American born and raised in Tucson, Arizona.
Are you happy I knew that meant issue?
But he's Amadeus Chow. He's Hulk. His Hulk powers come out of a wristband.
Okay, so have you heard the speculations that they have a Marvel funded and produced
My mouse died.
movie coming out and in production?
About
The Hulk. Apparently, he has a standalone film in development. Google Hulk standalone film in the works. Let's go with that. Let's go with that.
okay.
Have you ever noticed that AI is not very accurate sometimes? Ruffalo said that Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige confirmed him that, and the character's development would instead be sprinkled into subplots in future MCU films. I didn't read that. Have you noticed that this AI sucks sometimes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not crazy. I guess I got nothing else to say about it. Maybe I'm wrong.
But the reason, so there was like 4 characters. This is what people are even more upset about, is that 3 or 4 characters got cut and they kept Sabra in. That's one of the things. So one of them was King Cobra, played by Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins, the fucking
wrestler,
by the way.
Here, we like visuals here.
I just fucking took it down.
This is Seth Rollins. He was going to play a guy called King Cobra.
This will be a short episode today, by the way.
King Cobra.
We got shit to do.
This is King Cobra.
Yep.
That's who he's going to play. Then there was a lady with pink hair. I can't remember. I can't remember who she was going to play.
The pink-haired cunt. That's what I called her.
Cut character. Captain America. Brave New World.
Did you hear what Harrison Ford said about Anthony Mackie?
About that he's just Captain America?
No, they were like, so how do you feel about the first black Captain America? And he said, from what I understood,
he's just Captain America.
He said, from what I understood, he's Captain America. I thought we were just filming a Captain America film. He said, he said, I have no knowledge of what you mean by black Captain America.
That one. Diamondback.
The interviewer was like, yeah, totally.
So they cut those 2.
And there's a
Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins was supposed to play King Cobra. Rosa Salazar was supposed to play Diamondback. And then a kid, I can't remember his name, was supposed to play Amadeus Cho. That's why I pulled him up. So I can't confirm the other 2, but I can confirm that the reason that they cut Amadeus Cho was because the kid's acting was so bad, they cut it.
Okay, so I've also read some things to where people have watched the film and they could tell halfway through the film that they were like, oh, I see the reshoots. Like, this story doesn't, like, it's not cohesive.
I've seen some of that. Like I said,
but I don't know. Like, you get very imperfect films like Multiverse of Madness. You and I both agreed that could have been so much better. But as far as like a first take, you and I both agree Sam Raimi is a very hit and miss director. Mm-hmm. When he's with like someone like Bruce Campbell, dude's phenomenal. But then you get films like the third Spider-Man, and you're like, hey, man.
That I will argue for him on that one. That was studio interference.
It doesn't matter. The point being is like with him, he's very hit and miss as a director when it comes to certain subplots and or major plots. So you get Multiverse of Madness, and you're like, this is a pretty good introduction into Marvel horror films. At the same time, dude, the CGI wasn't terrible, and that was a pretty good movie. I enjoyed it. But then I'm also the same person who enjoyed Ant-Man and Quantumania.
I didn't.
I thought that was a great movie.
I don't think...
Put it this way. I came into it knowing that they were going to get rid of Jonathan Majors. So the way they had to open and close the story, even though they weren't supposed to close the story, it was pretty open and shut, even though they had already filmed it before they fucking got rid of him. I'm saying, as a person who watched it, enjoyed it, understood the context in which that it now has to be. The open and shut part of the story was good, minus the post-credit scene where Paul Rudd is walking through and this lady's in purple, this person's in green. Clearly, Kang was supposed to come back. So that is very irritating to me. But as an open and shut story, it wasn't terrible.
No, I hated it.
Either way.
I hated the fact that Kang was supposed to be built up as this crazy, scary force, and then he got beat by a bunch of ants. What?
One would argue.
What?
The easiest way to explain it is that Kang thought he was Kang the Conqueror, and in fact he was not. And I think you and I have talked about that would be the best way to sell it, was he was not the Kang the Conqueror, even though he perceived and portrayed himself as such. The easiest way
It'd be like fucking Thanos getting wiped by Falcon. Like, what?
To be fair, they wiped Thanos, and then the one that ended up coming back to almost hand their ass to them was one from 2014. Not even the Thanos that had fucking 12 years of hatred built up. It was a different one that didn't even know the stones were here, and here. Like, you can build it up the same way. So my point is like, the way to argue that, say they brought Jonathan Majors back, the way to argue that is he thought he was the Kang the Conqueror. No, he was not. He just thought he was, and he got his ass kicked by a bunch of fucking ants. I'm saying Sam Raimi, hit or miss, Multiverse of Madness was great. From what I understand, there were plenty of reshoots in that.
Smartest man alive tells a bitch how to fucking kill him.
Yeah, and it seems a little silly. We got our John Krasinski. You know what it made me realize? John Krasinski would not be a bad Mr. Fantastic.
I think Pedro's going to do really well.
I really hope he does. He also has a different suit compared to all of them. He doesn't have a white neck. He's got a blue collar neck. The rest of them have a white turtleneck. Yeah, bet you didn't notice that in the trailer.
I'm just going to do Reed Richards, actually. Oh, my mouse is back alive. Just give me a still from the trailer, you bitch. You know what?
Type in trailer.
I'm just gonna go to the money shot.
There. It's right there. It's right there. Go back.
I'm just going to that scene.
Welcome to the Baxter Building.
He doesn't have a white neck. He's the only one. Some are arguing his suit does not, or their suits do not need the type of version that his does. Either that or someone. You know what someone else said? It's because he's the lead of the group. That's it. There's nothing to read into. It's just he's the leader.
Nothing to read into.
Yeah, it's someone.
Reed Richards?
Someone said he's the leader, so he doesn't have a white collar. That's it.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah,
It's like when you're playing basketball and you're playing wristbands. Who's the leader? Probably the one with the different colored wristband. That's it.
Yeah.
And in my head, I was like, "Fuck,
That makes sense.
that is such a simple explanation that I don't have to read into. How dare you?" But when I read it, I was like, oh, "That makes a lot of sense."
But no, there's a lot of things from Brave New World. Again, spoiler warning for other things like they talk about Tiamat, the fucking celestial.
That's how they get spoilers.
Spoiler last time for real, because
This is a big one.
This is a big one. This is a big one for real.
The entire thing.
Hold on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The entire thing is made out of adamantium. That's how they introduce it.
And it is the
world.
most versatile. It's stronger than.
This is them trying to retcon their retcon. I don't think when they initially made the Eternals, they realized how quickly they would acquire Fox. So I think maybe it was in the back of their minds that they would have done it, but I don't think they knew exactly how to explain it.
So as of right now, we can confidently say vibranium and adamantium are different, and they are at least as strong as each other.
No. So some executives, I can't remember who, I can't remember what, it might have been a director or a producer of one of the movies, but they basically were like, so for nerds that know and nerds that don't know, Captain America's shield was originally made out of vibranium mixed with adamantium. That was the point. Two most versatile things in the universe. Blah,
In
blah,
the
blah,
MCU.
Blah. In the no, in the comic books.
Not in the comic book.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yes.
Wrong.
Yes.
You are wrong.
No, I'm not.
Vibranium wasn't a thing.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
It's a mix of both.
No.
Yes.
Vibranium was not a thing. They made it up for the MCU because they didn't have the rights to adamantium.
No, I'm pretty sure that originally it was a mix of the two, and then they had to make it 100% vibranium because they didn't have the rights to adamantium.
Am I tripping?
Hold on. No, don't say that. Say what was Captain America's shield made of in the comic books? There you go.
Am I tripping?
Yeah, you are tripping. Comics.
What?
I told you. Dad be lying a lot, but he'd be saying some truth sometimes. He's the one that told me that. Yeah. So originally his shield was made of mix of iron alloy and then vibranium.
I pulled it back up for you.
It was made of vibranium, iron alloy, and a third catalyst that has never been duplicated, called proto-adamantium, and they shortened it in most comic books and the movies to adamantium. For rights purposes, they didn't have the rights to say proto-adamantium and or adamantium because they didn't own Fox. Fox owned X-Men. X-Men just so happened to have the rights to the word adamantium.
Because
so,
that's what Wolverine's skeleton is.
So therefore, they had to make Captain America's shield in the 2012 Avengers and the first Avenger Captain America film just vibranium. And even Howard Stark says it's a prototype, but it's the only metal we have of vibranium, which is really funny because someone commented and said, why the fuck would you make the prototype all you have of the material? And then in my head, I'm like, why would you do that? But it just so happened to fit with the story. So they had to do it. And now, cool part is, the celestial being that's like this in the ocean on the earth, which they haven't fucking talked about for 8 years now? 4. He is entirely made out of adamantium. And that's how they're introducing him into the MCU. That material anyway. And I think that's pretty cool. As far as something to sit on, that's not a bad thing to sit on. Mm-hmm. Little bit of fucking...
And there's a world peace thing.
To not touch it?
To touch it. The entire world has access to it.
We get to share this material.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you think said to not touch it? I said no, to touch it.
Do you think they use vibranium to cut the adamantium?
Nobody has access to vibranium like that.
I know. Only Wakanda. Did you know another thing that's cool?
But I bet you're going to tell me.
I saw this on a TikTok. Okay, you ready? Mm-hmm. When Sam Wilson, who is Captain America, lands with his wings that glow purple. Did you know the only purple vibranium in the entire world is from
Wakanda?
There you go. It's pretty sweet.
That's pretty cool.
That means he got his new wings from Wakanda.
Yeah, we knew that.
Well, I know it just makes sense because Bucky.
You ever seen Falcon and Winter Soldier?
Bucky, no, not all the way.
Oh, for real?
Not enough to know that he got.
Oh yeah, at the end.
I didn't realize he got new he has vibranium wings.
Yeah, I'll pull it up.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Hey. I may have another favor to ask of you. Just dropping this off.
It's a big ass box.
You can sign for it and I'll go. I called in a favor from the Wakandans.
Purple. Okay. To be fair, the video I watched was the things you may not know, and it was when Sam Wilson landed in the trailer, and there's a purple glow when he lands in the trailer of the new movie, and it's purple. And someone was like, "That's because he has a suit from Wakanda, meaning it's probably Wakandan sourced vibranium." And I thought that was cool.
Yep, it is confirmed.
Thought that was cool. Didn't realize. Cool. My bad. Didn't realize.
You're good.
To be fair, in that one, you don't know what he's given. You just assume it's his suit. So it's cool to see.
That was episode 5. That's what the suit is. That's the Wakandan suit.
Oh, do you know what's funny? Anthony Mackie hates that fucking suit.
Because of the head.
He said, I can't turn my head.
That's why he has a new one.
He said it's so hard. It's attached to your neck and then up to your, he's like, I can't.
Sweating buckets.
Well, and then on your eyes, he's like, I would just perspirate. And it's just getting in my fucking, like, I can't see anything. And it's just funny that you would think the suit would be, he was like, it's not practical. It sucks.
You think this deep into the movies, they'd know better?
They'd figure, well, to be fair, they were trying to introduce the comic book accurate suit.
And it was.
And I'm glad they did. But at the same, he was like, it was accurate, but it was not practical. He was like, it sucked. So. What?
No, I'm gonna go see it. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I'm super excited to watch it.
We'll end it with this.
We're at 45.
We'll end it
So
with
this is
this.
going to be a short one. Sorry.
We'll end it with this.
What is this?
The new one.
The big game. Thunderbolts? Can we play this?
It was shown during the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they pay for that.
This one's free, guys. Don't worry.
There goes our copyright. Where's your lightsaber?
Let's talk facts. The
it's not even on there.
Avengers are not coming. Who will keep?
Did you catch that? So first off, I would like to say spoilers because if you go into this blind, you'll shit your pants. Spoilers for Thunderbolts. So it was confirmed early on that one of the big bads of Thunderbolts is going to be a dude called Sentry. Do you know who Sentry is?
Yeah.
Okay. Sentry, super dope. He's Superman. Sentry has an alter ego. It is technically a different person. Sentry is also known as the Void. Void's a bad guy. Void's fucking crazy. Like, buck fucking wild.
Like bad shit.
Dude is insane. I don't know if you caught this. So first off, I don't know how this is going to work, but the city is being taken over by a Void.
It's awfully black.
Awfully black.
Who will?
That is Sentry. Or, sorry, that is the Void. Okay. But also Sentry. It's the same person. I don't want anybody to get confused. When he's being a bad guy, he's the Void. He's turning these people into shadows.
Okay.
Okay, see his hand up on the civilians?
Keep.
What the fuck?
Do you know what that looks like?
What? Vanishing on 7th Street.
No, I was going to say it looks like Hiroshima shadows
Oh, goddamn.
when they were burned by the nuke.
Mine was way more fun reference.
To be fair, if you look up Hiroshima shadows, that's what it looks like.
But isn't that fucking wild?
Or Hiroshima, however you pronounce it.
Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
And Hiroshima. Yeah.
But do you understand my reference?
Yeah.
Vanishing on 7th Street?
No.
Hayden Christensen? Really bad, scary movie?
Oh, I never watched any of his films other than Jumper.
Oh,
Phenomenal.
We
You should watch
watched it with Grandma Penny.
Oh, then I definitely don't remember.
The American people safe.
He looks so good.
He always looks pissed.
He's a politician in this movie. He's a politician in Brave New World, so he's obviously a politician in this movie.
What is he?
Don't know. He's a member of Congress.
But we don't know what state.
I think we know. We find out in Brave New World.
We don't know what he represents. Like he obviously, if he's of Congress, he represents a state.
Well, he's 110 years old. He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Do you think it's New York?
I don't know.
He grew up in Pause. He grew up in Brooklyn. He's probably the congressman of New York.
I don't know.
That would make more sense.
That would make sense.
Also, the Avengers are based there.
Yeah.
There's some big threat out there.
Look at that.
That's scary.
And you are gonna help me stop it.
Wait, us?
I would also like to point out. So this movie reminds me of the Suicide Squad a lot.
You know what it reminds me of?
Ragtag group people. What?
The Losers.
Good reference.
That's a great reference.
Good movie. So it reminds me of the Suicide Squad. So I would like to point out, bring this back up. I would like to point out, I'm going to point out in the rest of the trailer, who's missing. Don't say Bucky because he's talking to them. Who's not in the shot? We got Ghost, Red Guardian, John Walker, Yelena Belova. Who are we missing?
Don't say anything.
I'm going to continue playing. Just
It's
keep
not,
that in your head.
It's not Bucky.
No. Keep that in your head. Who are we missing?
But hold on. So what you're saying is there's a sixth person?
There is. That's very. Yes, that is shown. Has been shown. There is.
It was in the
person.
teaser trailer, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it's gonna show up again. Just
Okay. Don't say anything.
Yeah, you. Why, you got someplace to be?
I love that guy.
So none of us comply? So what, do we all just punch and shoot?
I can't think of a.
who are we missing?
They're still not there.
Still not there.
Okay, click play. I don't.
Worst group of people trying to work together.
The Sentry is behind Yelena in that shot.
Okay.
In the teaser trailer, they referred to him as Bob.
He's played by
Yep. That's the Sentry.
what's his name?
I can't remember off the top of my head.
Fuck,
We did get robbed a little bit. Do you know who was originally supposed to play Sentry? And because this got delayed, he wasn't able to shoot it.
Yeah, Craven the Hunter. He was
No.
he was supposed to be
Not Aaron Taylor Johnson. Steven Yeun. Glenn from The Walking Dead, the voice of Invincible.
You're right. He's not in it.
No, I'm not referring to him.
He's Sentry.
He is.
But
I'm
no,
not.
No, I know. What I'm saying is, I remember him in the trailer when they're all in that one room.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are we?
Yes,
and then they
he-
were like, we're all bad guys.
But he is not the one I was
Okay,
pointing out who is missing.
What?
Everyone here has done bad things. You can't escape the past. Hey, it's like your
That
mind
one.
is
That
somewhere
guy.
else.
So you can do something about it now, or live with it forever.
This could get messy.
No shit. You thought you were gonna be some great savior?
So that's Sentry who catches his hand.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. Sorry. Got to be specific. That is Void.
They're two different people, even though they're the same person.
It's like Moon Knight.
What I would prefer it as like it's Superman and Evil Superman. Same person,
I feel
but
like Moon Knight was a good.
two different. No, I get the reference. They won't.
We're watching a Marvel. I feel like if you're this
Awfully niche. Also, I will say,
not anymore. He has a fucking show.
yeah, Moon Knight not being mentioned in the last 5 years is a little annoying. to me.
You don't take away my hope.
I'm just saying it's annoying. Like he plays a pretty not a big part.
Oscar Isaac was fantastic. He deserves a second season and a movie and a couple more movies.
Him and I both will agree that him and Pedro Pascal have been bled through a lot of films the last couple years.
I disagree with Oscar. Before, yes. Not recently. And when he does movies like that, he is under a lot of... He was fucking Apocalypse and X-Men and nobody fucking realized.
That movie was really bad.
I didn't say... X-Men Apocalypse was not as bad.
Apocalypse was terrible. Dark Phoenix was horrible. Fucking the one before that, Days of Futures Past, was one of the best movies Fox has ever made for X-Men.
I don't
and
think...
they fixed their problem and then fucked it with Apocalypse.
I don't think Apocalypse was as bad as Phoenix anywhere near.
No. But
Phoenix was a big pile of
I'm
dog
saying
shit.
going from Days of Futures Past to Apocalypse,
We needed a few more movies in between.
was insane.
Yeah, that was...
They literally went, let's fix all our issues. Sorry, guys. The last couple movies, yes, they were good, but there's
Here's Thanos.
yeah, they were like, here's a really big bad. Also, we skipped a couple years.
Dude, they were like, here's some foreplay. I came.
No, they were literally like, here's some foreplay. Here's some lube. You do your thing. You go to the other room. I'll go to the other room. We'll do our own thing. And
The
then
house exploded.
we'll come back and talk about it. Before you can get back to the other room, the fucking house exploded and there's cum everywhere. Like, what was that?
I don't know.
They fixed their entire...
We're getting on a tangent.
I'm so mad.
Okay, so this is the Void who grabs his hand. You
Okay,
can see
okay.
his... That's the most we see him. Again, who is missing from this shot?
I guess I don't know.
I can't even save you.
This is all we get. I love that they are keeping him in his suit in the shadows. I want them to save
Click
that.
play.
Yourself.
We can't do this.
Missing again.
No one here is a hero.
Lena, when I look at you, I don't see your mistakes. That's why we need each other.
Missing again.
Okay, that was really good.
We are the Thunderbolts!
Can't call ourselves that.
God, thank you. This has makings of team that can rise to glory. Bring light from the darkness.
Taskmaster. But it's not the one we got in Black Widow.
It is.
Oh, girl?
Girl.
Oh. This is
She's
after,
gonna fucking die.
but this is after Black Widow.
it's after Black Widow.
I thought Scarlett Johansson kicked her ass.
And then cured her. Put the same smoke. Yeah, she's gonna fucking die.
She doesn't look the same. Why is she gonna die?
Different outfit. Because she hasn't been in any of the group shots.
She looks thinner in this.
Maybe.
The other Taskmaster,
It's the same person.
it's that woman,
It's the woman.
the Red Room's
It's the
creator's daughter.
daughter. Yeah, same woman. She's gonna fucking die.
Okay.
She's not gonna make it out of this room.
Also, for the record, Black Widow was a phenomenal film.
She's not gonna make it out of this room.
CGI was not amazing.
No, she's not gonna make it out of this room.
Why? This room.
This room. That's my guess. I'm throwing.
That's where they're thrown together with.
Yeah. She's not making it out of this room. And if she does, she's gonna get badly injured and die.
Is
outside
your
of this room.
speculation she's not in the trailer? If that's
She's
your
not in
speculation,
any of the shots after this,
I will counter your argument.
hit me.
Hulk was in every single shot for Avengers Infinity War and Endgame, and he was not in either one of those movies.
You think it's a different character?
What do you mean?
Are you okay? Are you?
I'm saying in the trailers, the Hulk was in the Endgame trailer and in Infinity War trailer. Both of them had very big parts. Come to find out, Green Hulk is not in either movie.
So what are you saying that references this?
I'm saying they're not in the trailer at all. They could definitely be in the movie for a while.
Why have her have a title card? Why in the teaser trailer have her have a whole scene in this room? This is where they find Bob Sentry, and then take her out of the group shots. What does that do? You're already showing her. You're telling us she's in the movie.
She probably plays a pretty significant role.
No,
I would argue.
I think she dies.
Why?
You think? I think she dies. You
So
think
what's
she
the
lives.
point?
I don't know. We're gonna find out in May. I don't think she makes it out of this room.
I have to pee. Let's wrap it up.
This team can be the heroes on the Wheaties box. With a little kid.
The only other clip we saw of her in that trailer was that. That
Yeah.
is still in the same room.
Shut up.
With a little giddy toy.
Hold on. Click pause. You think they're really... So everyone was pissed in Black Widow that they shit on Taskmaster. You think they're going to double down and do it again?
Okay, you want me to throw some shit on the wall?
Sure.
Okay. The reason that she is not in any of the team up shots, and the reason that she is only in the trailers in the beginning in that room, okay, is because just like in the Arkhamverse, the way they're doing for Suicide Squad. Funny how that all.
Speaking of which, they just announced the new Batman game for the Arkhamverse is in development by Take Two. No, the company that runs the Arkham games,
Rocksteady.
Rocksteady.
Cool.
I sent you a link and you were excited, but you were pissed that they didn't have any other announcement other than it is being developed. And you were like, why would they announce it and not give anything?
Yeah. So my theory, I'll throw shit at a wall, see what sticks. They're going to kill her off, and they're going to say that was not the real Taskmaster, that the real Taskmaster is this guy, and it's a dude.
You had the same theory for Black Widow. When she threw the shit in her face and then she became normal, you were like, that's not the real Taskmaster. That's what this is about. You're saying they're going to do the same shit again?
Well, I think she's going to die. You just wanted more out of me.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're saying they're going to do it literally twice.
I think she's going to die.
But you're going to, like, it's not going to be the same, like, again. Like, they're going to fucking...
She's either going to die
they're gonna
as a plot
stroke
point.
our wieners again and be like, you don't get to come. We're
They're either gonna kill her as a plot point and be like, oh my god, fucking the Void is gonna kill her, and that's how they're gonna figure out that he's fucking psychotic.
Oh my god.
You're gonna watch a movie, okay, and you're gonna be like, this motherfucker was right. Are you kidding me?
Alexei, have you slept?
I'll sleep when I'm dead.
I'd like not to die today, so maybe somebody else should be driving.
He's got the super soldier serum, right?
Yeah.
That makes it even funnier because he's totally not Steve Rogers.
Yeah, but there you go.
Cool.
I think it looks really good.
That is the end of this episode. That is all you get.
Eat shit and die.
Is this the Circles podcast?
And it goes a little something like.
Awfully aggressive.